Welcome to a new video of Star Citizen. We're going on an adventure again on a brand new planet. So, Citizen Con, I should say, was held last month at Manchester, United Kingdom, where the guys from Star Citizen did announce a lot of new things regarding the game. And one of the things is that they now have a feature called Procedural Planets version 4, and that means that means exactly two things. First thing is that they're now able to make planets look photorealistic sometimes. I mean the stuff I've seen on screenshots so far looks so amazing, so good. And the other thing is that they're now able to create planets a lot faster and a lot easier, because that's what we're going to need for this game. We want to explore many planets, and now I think finally they're able to do it a lot faster than they were able to do in the past. I think all these years they also had to develop a process on how to generate planets a lot easier and not so much hand picking, hand placing stuff everywhere. So that sounds really good. I mean, Citizen Con look great, but what's maybe more important is that in this version 3.8, Alpha 3.8, we have a new planet, Microtech. Yes, a brand new planet, a more icy, snowy planet, but with the tundra landscape we know from the Nordic countries in the world, and from Skyrim as well. I mean, it looks a lot like Skyrim with all the tundra and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty cool. And I would say let's go there now. Let's go to an adventure to Microtech. Let me show you that on the star map, because now we are at this port Tressler, and that's very close to Microtech, the planet of Microtech, which is here. As you can see here, we have a couple of satellites around it, and here is the star system of Stanton. So we are very close to the planet, and because I didn't want to travel 40 million kilometers again to Microtech. We are now at an R&R station, so the one I just showed you guys. What was it? Port Tressler. And yeah, we just woke up here because I did land here last time. So I would say let's check out this R&R station. The thing I do notice from this patch is that for some reason all the NPCs are standing at the chairs and the couches. No idea why, but it's a bug, of course. Hope they will fix it pretty fast, or maybe in the next version. That's something definitely noticeable. That these NPCs are standing on their chairs, which looks really weird, but let's hope they will fix it next patch. On the new planet Microtech, there's also a new capital city, new Babbage. And a new thing for this is that you're now able to land anywhere in this capital city. And this was not possible in cities like Lorville and Hurston and Area 18 on the R-Core planet. The thing is, it will be possible to land anywhere in that capital city, New Babbage, next patch. In this patch 3.8, we are only able to fly to the planet and land anywhere and to explore the planet. But we're also able to fly over the capital city, New Babbage, but we're not able to land anywhere there. I mean, that's not possible. But they said last CitizenCon it will be available next patch. So yeah, we're going to wait for that. Anyway, I would say let's leave the R&R station we are right now, and let's go to one of our ships and let's explore the planet. And I would say let's first randomly land somewhere on the planet. And yeah, I mean, that's always cool. The thing is, Microtech doesn't have much point of interest yet. Only New Babbage we're able to quantum travel fast towards. All the other stuff we have to manually travel to, so that can take a little while, 5 minutes I think, before we're entering the atmosphere, 5 to 10 minutes before we're entering the atmosphere and being able to land somewhere. But let's just first spawn a ship. Here is security. Let's see, here we're able to watch outside a window. Let's see, there is the planet of Microtech, as you can see. Looks pretty cool because the star of Stanton is at the other side, so we're currently watching the dark side. So let's see if I have my 350R ship, or let's see which ship we should be able to go. I would say the 350R, because the good thing about the 350R for me, it's the best ship, because it's one of the fastest ships of the game to start with. It has a cargo bay, it has an interior with a bath and a bathroom, and it's very maneuverable. Yeah, and you know, for me, it's just the best overall ship you can have. It's not a good fighter. You really have to fly away to live another day, but definitely, I think for exploring, for fast exploring, also for flying fast on planet surfaces, it's a great ship. But I crashed it last time, so I have to claim it again, and now we need to wait 50 seconds before it's being expedited to here, one of the landing pads. So, yeah, also a new feature if you're playing this, if you're playing the Alpha of Star Citizen. With 3.8, you're able now to pick a starting location, which is awesome, really awesome. And I would pick Lorville Hurston if I were you, because yeah, I think I think the planet of Hurston is great to check out the new features from the Procedural Planet version 4, the tundra, the variety of landscape you have on Hurston. You know, the grass areas, the forests there, but also you have oceans on Hurston, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's the largest planet you can explore in Star Citizen. And definitely recommend it to do that. And from Hurston, you can then eventually fly to this R&R station and then to Microtech, the planet we're going to visit right now. Alright, so let's see. Are the 50 seconds already finished? So the 350R, okay, let's retrieve it and let's see where it's going to be delivered. Pet 03. Okay, let's go there. So let's call an elevator for Pet 03. Pet 03. And then let's go on an adventure to Microtech. And what I want is, I would like to land somewhere where it is a bright side, so the Star of Stanton is shining directly upon. It's like we have an Earth, you know, where the sun is shining, where we have daylight, because then I'll be able to show you guys everything a lot better when we have direct light on the planet. So let's see. The thing here is, we don't have these airlocks in this R&R station. We just have direct entering and exiting of the atmosphere. That means always be careful that you wear a helmet when we're entering space, and a spacesuit, of course, because we're now in atmosphere, in space. So yeah, that means you need a protective suit, of course. And here's the R&R station, and you can see here we're at the dark side of the Star of Stanton, so everything is pretty dark here now. I've seen it here when it is light all of a sudden. When it is lights, or at the light side of the Star of Stanton, of the sun of this star system. But the lights we do have are that from the neon signs and stuff like that. But in the light, it looks a lot nicer than it looks here. But anyway, here's our ship, the 350R, and that means we can enter it and go on an adventure. So let's enter the ship. Alright, let's enter our pilot seat and let's start this puppy up. So let's set it to flight ready and let's lift off. Okay, and as you can see here, there's the dark side of this planet, so we have to go to the other side. Okay, let's see. That was pretty close. I almost did hit that side of the R&R station. Okay, we can retract landing gear. Make sure our landing gear is raised. Okay, now let's try to go to the other side of Microtech, where we have a brighter sight. So let's see, where can we fly towards? Where is this? Yeah, that looks like a good spot. OM-1. That probably means we will get to the other side of Microtech. Alrighty. So, quantum traveling, and here that looks a lot better, a lot brighter. And the Star of Stanton is shining somewhere. There it is. So what we want is, we want to go there somewhere, and I would say let's just randomly land somewhere on the planet of Microtech. So let's see, is there any? Nah, there. Oh, okay, look, OM-6 is there. Maybe that's a little bit of a better spot to go there. Let's see. M-6. Let's check out our view of the planet of Microtech. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. So the great thing about a ship like this is we're able to, let's see, get up. Let's hide the chat sometimes to, yeah, when we can, to improve immersion. So what we can do is exit 0G, an example now. All right, and now we're able to fully enjoy this planet. I mean, look at this, how cool it looks. And here is our ship, 350R. We're floating in space, and that's what I think is so great about Star Citizen, you know, that you're, if you want, you could fly so far away, literally anywhere in space, which is endless, like real space, it's endless, and nobody will ever find you there. And the same applies to the planets. You're able to fly literally anywhere you want on this planet and land somewhere, and if you really want, if you would turn off all communication and all power, nobody will ever find you there. I mean, that's such a great thing in my opinion. And I would say let's start flying towards the planet. Just randomly, we're going to randomly fly somewhere on the planet, because I think that's just the coolest thing. Because the only point of interest you have is New Babbage, the capital city, but I think it's more fun to just fly somewhere randomly on the planet of Microtech. Because we can. Okay, that's 0G, yeah. The character doesn't really like it when you enter and exit 0G all of a sudden. Probably wouldn't like that in real life myself, so I would say let's fly towards those green areas. I think there's a Tundra area there. And alright, let's make sure we are heading in a correct course in a straight line. So here is our 350R flying towards Microtech. Very relaxing, and it will take a while, probably 5 or 10 minutes. I think 5 minutes we should be able to enter the atmosphere already. So I would say let's just get up, because that's a cool thing about yeah, a ship where you have a larger area. You're able to just walk around a little bit. I mean, of course, this is still a small ship, but if you would have these combat ships where you only have like a canopy, is it called? And you're able to only get seated or get out of the ship. Here you're able to just, you know, sit on a bed, or, you know, if you have to go to the toilet, you can do that, because here's the toilet. But yeah, the thing is, here an example, if I want, I can sit on the bed and just wait for the ship, which is now flying through to microplanet at a very high speed. But it's going to take a while because we're still very far away from the surface. But I can just wait here, you know, my character can wait here if he wants. And if we want, we can actually lay down on bed. Lie down on bed, I mean. So yeah, the thing is, only there is no break in the ship. It's now flying full speed to the planet. So if I would fall asleep, that's going to be a really bad day for me if I don't wake up on time, because it will crash me literally on the planet. But anyway, since we're now waiting, yeah. By the way, I do have a larger ship. I do, an example, have the Drake Cutlass Black, which has a cargo bay where you can access to, and has multiple rooms. But the thing is, it's not that maneuverable like this ship. When you're entering a planet, it's not as fast. And the 350R, you're able to fly across surfaces a lot faster as well. So I think it's pretty cool that we're able to lie here on bed now and just you know, wait for now to enter the surface of the planet. So yeah. What you can do is either skip a little bit ahead, or I can maybe discuss now what we have seen so far on CitizenCon, last CitizenCon. To be honest, I've always been a little bit skeptic about Star Citizen. I mean, I thought it was a great project, but I thought you know, I thought funding maybe would go out one day and we would have nothing more than just tech demo with 2 planets and a couple of moons. Because, you know, I read a lot of stories about how the team of Chris Roberts did spend their resources. But maybe I, you know, shouldn't trust all these sources as well. I mean, sometimes it's really hard to know exactly what's going on in a project like this. But from what I've seen so far, especially since 3.4, 3.5, the team is making such a nice amount of progress. I mean, I'm not even talking about the roadmaps, which are very transparent, and you're pretty much very well able to see what they're planning and what's going to be at the next version of each patch of each alpha, but also with the things they now announced, like the Procedural Planets version 4, where they're able to create planets a lot faster now. And also they did announce a new star system next for next year, 2020. So that means they show a great concept of a wormhole, and we should have a new solar system next year. And next year is 2020, and if you're watching this, it might probably be already 2020. So that would mean this year. And of course, the single-player version, Squadron 42, will be released. At least the beta will be released Q3 2020. And hopefully the final version will be released Q4 2020. That would be awesome, because I can't wait to play the single-player version of Star Citizen. I mean, of course Cyberpunk is going to be a fantastic game, but to be honest, if I really had to choose between Squadron 42 and Cyberpunk, I probably will take Squadron 42, because the potential we've seen so far in Star Citizen is something I've never ever seen before in a scale of a video game. And now I've been playing video games since the end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s. I'm at this moment 33 years old, and yeah, I've seen a lot of things, and I've seen a lot of milestones in gaming, and Star Citizen definitely is one of the new milestones in gaming. The scale which we can do things is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane, and we're making a lot of progress, because, you know, if you, an example, see, if you compare it with version 3, that the transition when you're entering planet like we're doing right now, you will see a huge amount of pop-up, but you know, you barely see any pop-up during the transition of entering a planet, and it's just so cool that you can fly anywhere in space where you want and go to a planet, you know, and land anywhere on there, and that's only that already is such a great thing for me, you know, to explore stuff. And yeah, of course, they're going to do all missions, all stops, R&R stops, all point of interest, of course, because it's going to need to be a game. And what I think of a release date, well, I think, let's get that, by the way, because it seems we're approaching the atmosphere. I don't think, of course, it will be released 2020, but I do think that the next CitizenCon, so November 2020, they might announce a release date for either 2022 or 2023, I think. That's my prediction. Because I think Squadron 42 will be released. Of course, it's planned for the end of next year, 2020, at the end of 2020, I should say. And for that, I think they can then spend almost everyone from the team on Star Citizen. And I think 2022 maybe might be a realistic release date. Anyway, we'll see. Now we're approaching the atmosphere of this planet, because we now see the velocity and altitude. That means we're entering the atmosphere, and that also means our maximum speed of 1346 will probably drop pretty fast. But let's find out what we will find here on the planet of Microtech. I've been there only once, and I saw, the Great Mountains, but I know there's a lot of other landscape, like Tundra, an example. Same like Skyrim, you know, you have this diversity in landscape as well. Mountains, Tundra, stuff like that. And I hope from the brown color we saw from outer space, we are reaching Tundra Area. That would be great. All right, the ship is starting to slow down a bit because we're now entering atmosphere. That means maybe I want to turn off autopilot so we're not going full force ahead, crashing into the surface of the planet. All right, and we're now, awesome. We're entering atmosphere, and I see already some mountains there. And look how amazingly cool this looks. You know, we're entering a freaking planet, guys. And I've never done that in this scale in any game. So, all right. So I see a surface. I see mountains here. So let's slow down a little bit. And let's see what we'll find. We're entering atmosphere now. I see clouds here already. Let's hide the chat to get a little bit more immersed in the game. The thing about this planet, which is cool, is that there is a change in weather, and it can be a huge change in weather because now everything looks calm, but I've been in blizzards on this planet, so I hope it will be not that bad for us. It seems we're now at Tundra areas, which is cool, which is pretty new for me. So I would say let's check it out a little bit closer. Collision alert. Wow, look at this. That's cool. And long live the 350R because we're able to fly a little bit faster. And we're able to go super low over surfaces. But here we have Tundra area, it seems. Cool. And look at that all the way in the distance. That looks really cool. That almost looks like Switzerland, or you know, with the mountains in the distance. You know, that's really, really cool. Wow, look at this. We do have Tundra area. Let's see if what we will find when we're just going to free flight a little bit here over the planet, because that's where we have the very fast maneuverable 350R for. Let's maybe try to land here somewhere. I see some trees there, it seems. Nice, okay. Let's turn off autopilot and let's land there somewhere here. So let's get the landing gear off.
Landing gear deployed.
Let's see, let's try to find a good spot to land. Maybe there in those trees. I would say let's just land over there. Alright. Let's try to land in third-person view. Okay.
Complete.
So, let's power off the ship.
Shield system inactive.
Because there are probably no other ship trying to look for me. No enemy ship. Or enemy players, I should say. Hostile players. And let's open the door and let's explore this landscape. So, let's close it. And let's just walk around a little bit away from the dust from our ship. And look at an example of how procedural planets can look. Wow, look at this. These flowers. How detailed everything actually is here. This tundra. It doesn't really look that detailed when you're approaching from the sky. But this is actually very calm weather, you know, very sunny weather. Because the last time I've been here, I was really in a blizzard. I was in the mountains over, yeah, probably not over there, but the mountains somewhere on the planet, and it was a blizzard, and I couldn't really see a damn thing. So I had to like fly out of the atmosphere again to search for a better place. And that was at New Babbage, the capital city. They have a lot of these mountains. Look at that. I mean, how amazing look that. All the way there in the distance, we're able to see those mountain lines there. Really, really cool. So let's not get too far away from the ship. Not sure what this smoke here is. It's probably just wind, which is gathering a lot of dust. It does spoil our view a little bit. But yeah, look at this. I mean, how detailed everything looks. I mean, we're now at just the surface of the freaking planet. And this is the Procedural Planets version 4. And again, if you're playing this alpha, make sure to visit Hurston, land somewhere there near the grassy areas, the forest areas, and you will have a variety of new landscape. Very, very cool. And here, you know, you're just able to camp somewhere, you know, make a campfire. And yeah, maybe roll, yeah, putting a bedroll here is not that recommended, but you can just, you know, sleep in my ship. If I want, I can sleep in my Origin 350R. And if you're, yeah, you know, it's just really cool to be able to do that kind of stuff. I mean, if I would want to, I could, you know, log out by sleeping in my bed. And I hope, what I do hope is that in one of the next alpha versions, you are able to sleep and you're able to log out and log in again at the same position. I mean, that would make so much more sense, because what will happen now in game, when you log out, you will spawn again the next time you log in on the R&R station, the closest one, until you're going to land at a different R&R station or at a capital of one of the planets. But Wow, look at this. So this is the Tundra. It seems a lot Tundra area. And very detailed with these Procedural Planets version 4. I mean, if you did follow one of my Skyrim tutorials, you know we have to install literally hundreds of mods sometimes in order to improve landscape. But yeah, this is a freaking planet, you know, and we have multiple planets in this game. So wow, great, very cool looking. But I think let's fly a little bit more here to the planet to find the icy mountains. But I finally found my Tundra because I've seen Tundra and screenshots and it looked very, very cool. So I'm glad we did find it here right now. But we have a super fast ship, the Origin 350R, which means we're able to fly around a little bit. By the way, what I never did notice was that we do have a cargo bay here somewhere. Here is the cargo bay. And, you know, if I would have packages for shipments, I would be able to, you know, put them here in a cargo bay. But what I always did is if I did do delivery missions, I just brought the package inside my ship. So that would be that was the very easy way to do that. And yeah, I always liked that. So let's see. Oh, I only opened the door. Let's enter the ship. So let's fly around the planet a little bit more, see if we can find a little bit more variety in the landscape. And else, if not, we can just fly out of the atmosphere and go fast travel to New Babbage, the capital city. But first, let's see what we will find here. All right, let's turn on the power. Flight ready. And let's see. For the ones who are still watching, what I sometimes like to do is I would like to ask you guys, if you're still watching, type in the YouTube comment section the following. I always think of a random sentence. Let's see, what should we think of? Let's see. A random sentence. Normally it's never that hard, but now it is that hard. Let's type in the comment section if you're still watching. I really want Tundra in my living room. So again, if you're watching still, type in the comment section, I really want Tundra in my living room. And that will really confuse the crap out of people when they're randomly watching the comment section. So yeah, and I also know who is still watching this video. It's always nice for me and as an indication who made it all the way through my talking to this part. So this seems to be all Tundra. So let's speed up a little bit. Here we have some trees. We have to be careful. Let's see, do we have landing gear still out? Yes, let's get that in. And let's fly to those mountains because we have a very fast ship. Let's turn on cruise control. And of course you do have buggies as well, which you can load onto the larger ships. But I think flying around with a fast ship is just a lot more efficient. Look at this. That's a nice place here in these mountains. Be careful not to crash. That's not good. And there we see some icy mountains in the distance. Let's try to fly to there, if they're not super, super far away. So, let's turn on the boosters. And this is all Tundra, and that's pretty funny because the places I've been on Microtech were all icy mountains, so yeah, that means there's such a variety in the landscape. Here this is more, not sure if this is Tundra, but this is, yeah, greener mountains, so pretty cool. Like you maybe see in Scotland or something. And here we might see some ice mountains. And the weather here now currently is exceptionally good. I mean, again, what I said earlier, the last time I've been on this planet with icy mountains, I had a blizzard really terrifying. Couldn't see anything, and I had to exit the atmosphere in order to, make sure I saw anything. So, let's see. Looks like we're getting icier mountains here. Things will get a little bit more snowier here, so let's see. What is this? Is this water? Frozen lake, or are these mountains? Overheated my flight systems. Cool, I mean, it's a cool looking landscape. Very, very nice. So let's see, let's fly a little bit more, and maybe then I'll show you guys New Babbage, because this all looks tundra. Let's see how large a planet like this is. I mean, it's literally, I think, literally the size of a planet. I mean, it's endless landscape. And that's why I think it's so cool, just to fly anywhere you want, to explore it. And, you know, if you want, nobody will ever find you here if you randomly land somewhere. Look how clear the sky is. I mean, very, very nice. What is that, a different star or maybe one of the closer moons? Very cool landscape. I mean, I just want to land somewhere here just to see how it looks from ground level. Let's see, let's land on that mountain here. So let's pull our landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Let's see, let's find a good place to land. Where do I want to land? Let's just land somewhere here. Careful not to crash on any rocks. And use the third-person view to land somewhere. Okay, keep it still. Thank you. Okay, this is a good spot. Let's just land here. I just leave the power on for now because I will be pretty quick in and out of the ship. So let's open the door. Okay, cool. It's still the same tundra landscape, so yeah. Looks a lot different from the sky than when you actually land there. So, all right, nice sky here. You're able to see a lot of stars. But yeah, I would say let's maybe exit the atmosphere and try and fly to the capital city of New Babbage on this planet. Maybe it's at the dark side now, so it might be darker. Darker that side, but that looks cool. I mean, if you look outside the window here, looks like you're at Scotland or something. But yeah, enough tundra for now. Let's pull landing gear up. Let's see if we find something there at these mountains. Any variety. And this endless landscape, because we are on a planet, of course. Full speed ahead. Let's see if these are just a couple of snowy mountains or if we're reaching a completely different landscape now. We're now flying 315. And because of the thick, at least the atmosphere, we're not able to fly a full 1300, I think meters per second. I think this is speed here, 390 meters per second, but it could also be 319 or 21 kilometers an hour or miles per hour. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Okay, so here it seems we're getting a different kind of landscape. Icy mountains. That's cool. Let's fly a little bit higher. So like I said, here you have, this is the other variety of landscape you can have here at Microtech. Icy mountains, snowy mountains. It's pretty cool. Let's land on a mountain somewhere. So let's turn off cruise control. And let's find a nice spot. Make sure our landing gear is down now. Can we find a good place to land somewhere? Preferably somewhere high on a mountain. So let's see. Let's steady her. Sometimes the ship doesn't really like to land at a diagonal site, but we're going to try it anyway. Third person. Look at that view, guys. Isn't that cool? Especially there, all the way over there. Alright, okay, let's not overshoot it. Alright, clean enough for me. We're just quickly in and out of here again, so I'm not going to turn power off. Let's hide the jet again for a little bit more immersiveness. Okay, let's see, where do we actually land? Okay, there's snow here. Now that I fall off a mountain, because that would be a huge problem. You know, if you would slip and just slide all the way up the mountain and you're not able to get back up here. That would be pretty problematic. But I think what a great view. I mean, if you let's see, can I zoom out? Yeah. If you look over there, I mean, that looks so realistic, the landscape over there. And also here with the clouds, you know, you really have the feeling you're, yeah, in a new world. I mean, very, very cool. Very, very cool. You know, I will be able to, like, sleep here, and that will be, yeah, will be a nice camping place for us to sleep. But, yeah, we have to do more stuff. We need to go to New Babbage, so let's get into our ship. Let's get out of atmosphere. Alright, let's lift it off. Let's put landing gear up. And what's also pretty nice is, let me fly a little bit through here, is if you would, I'm not really sure how much fuel this ship has. An example, if it would have 8 hours of fuel for sleep. Okay, that's pretty coincidence. Hydrogen fuel is 75%, okay. But, let's see. The fun thing is here, the gravity is, I think, neglected or something, but because what we're able to do now, if I would like lie down, the ship is now hanging completely still. So I would have this view. I mean, that's pretty funny, right? You mean, I will be able to sleep like this, you know, and have this view on the top side of the planet. But yeah, the ship probably doesn't have 8 hours of hydrogen fuel for me to do that. But I mean, that's pretty cool to have this kind of view, right? But yeah, enough played. Let's exit the atmosphere. I actually wanted to have a view on that here in the distance. So let's exit atmosphere. Let's set on cruise control. And let's make sure we're flying away from the planet. Because then we can quantum travel to New Babbage. So say goodbye to this side of the planet, because we're leaving. We're exiting the atmosphere now. Actually, you can see me sitting here. Hello. Little pilot. Flying away, are we? And entering the vastness of space again for a little while. So let's see. Maybe we can already set a location to New Babbage. New Babbage, where are you? There are you. New Babbage is here. So let's set a route. And once we have exited the atmosphere, we should be able to directly, oh crap, quantum travel to New Babbage. My character doesn't really like it when all these huge amount of G-forces are all of a sudden on his body. So let's see. Alright, leaving atmosphere, looks good. And now I see actually how large some of the tundra areas are in this planet. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's like almost 50-50 or something. It's like 50% icy mountains, 50% tundra. And it's almost a miracle that I did miss the tundra the first time I did visit the planet. Because there's so much tundra here. Alright, are we able, you think, to go to New Babbage with quantum travel? Looks alright. New Babbage, where are you? Follow the green line. Quantum travel, please. Thank you. Here's New Babbage. Oh wow, we were actually very close to New Babbage, I think. Or is it at the other side of the planet? Could be the other side. Oh no, it's 2,000 kilometers. I thought it was 800 away from us, but it seems to be at the other side. So that probably means we arrive at the dark side of the planet, I think. Or not. Yeah, it looks like it. So we arrive at darkness. But that's okay. I mean, the city has a lot of neon signs. And again, at the next patch, we are able to land anywhere at New Babbage, where we want. But for now, in this patch, not yet. We were able to fly over the city and all, but we're not able to land anywhere there. So, but that's alright. Okay, what we want to do now is we want to set course to New Babbage, which is here. So let's try to keep it straight. And then let's lock it like this. Okay. And then we can turn off the quantum travel. So now we're flying. Wow, look at that view. There's the star of Stanton. We're now flying towards New Babbage. At the dark side of Microtech. Very relaxing. What I sometimes do in Star Citizen is just do some package deliveries, you know. It's just accept a couple of missions, you know, with my 350R with the ship. I just put all the packages, you know, behind me, behind my chair. I can, yeah, you know, easily leave 4 packages there. I can drop some off on my ship, but I do have a cargo bay as well. And then, you know, make some money with delivering packages to, yeah, pretty abandoned sites, a moon. And it's very, very relaxing for me to play this game, you know. I don't really like the combat. I can understand people like space combat. Probably that's why they played Wing Commander as well. And I think it's nice that in this game you're able to do whatever you want. If you want to explore, you can do that. If you want to do cargo missions, you can do that. If you want to be a pirate, you can do that. And if you want to be a fighter and a fighting ship, you can do that. But yeah, and again, the great thing of a ship like this, 350R, it's so fast that if you are able to fly away, they can't really catch you anymore. So that's good. Anyway, there's the city of New Babbage, as you can see there in the distance. So we should be able to get there without any problems. Cool. I mean, look at this. This is the surface of the planet. And there, now hidden, the star of Stanton. Very cool. And now let's enter atmosphere, I would say. Here are the clouds. Let's move the speed a little bit. Since we're now entering atmosphere, the maximum speed is already dropping a lot. Because, yeah, I mean, out of the atmosphere we're able to fly a lot faster, as you can see. But there we see already the city of New Babbage. So great. Let's maybe enter the atmosphere a bit more. And here we already see the higher mountains, and there's a tower, it seems, already at the edge of the city. And we have to be careful because it's quite dark here, so here you can see how good it is that they have these signs. So here is the first site of New Babbage civilization. Let's hide the chat again. Third person view, we're able to watch it better. But here is New Babbage, all the way in the icy mountains. If you watched maybe Citizen Con, they did show a mission inside of the city already. I think it's at the next patch. Oops, that was by accident. But we can actually fire. Probably won't have any consequences yet. So we were able to maybe land here at the edge of the city. I mean, if you would go inside the city, you will have a warning that you're entering a restricted area. So let's drop our landing gear. And maybe land somewhere here, if we're allowed to do that. Oh no, it's a restricted area, so let's not do that. Let's just fly peacefully over the city. But again, yeah, in the next patch you should be able to fly and land anywhere you want in the city. And New Babbage is quite a large city. I mean, look at this. I think it's larger than Lorville is. I'm not 100% sure, but it's very nice. These neon signs are pretty nice, actually. It's nice to see the city in nighttime. And I think at the large buildings we are able to land. Wow, it looks almost like a Blade Runner-ish city, man. Blade Runner-ish city. Cool. Great tribute to Rutger Hauer, by the way, who died this year, 2019. was pretty sad when I heard the news, but also, yeah, I mean, it makes the scene which he played about Tears in the Rain and Blade Runner even more powerful, because the movie took place in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, the original Blade Runner, and now Rutger Hauer died in the real year of 2019, so pretty insane. But I always, especially in Lorville and Area 18, I do think they resemble a lot of Blade Runner, the movie. Look at this nice view we have. Wow, look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Screenshot material, in my opinion. So let's allow me to make a screenshot. Anyway, can we land somewhere? Where was the tower where we could land? Was it this one? Let's see, here, right? Yeah. So do we have a landing gear? No, let's lower landing gear. Now let's be careful a little bit here. Make sure to brake and zero our ship so we can use third-person view to land. Should be okay. Like this. Probably no. The thing is, probably all players which are online right now, I think everyone is out from Microtech or New Babbage, but I really didn't see any player, a different player on Microtech yet, which is kind of weird. Yeah, peculiar if you would think about. Normally, all the new places are crowded with all the players which are on the server, but for some reason, people, you know, probably on day one, they checked out the Planet of Microtech, but since there's nothing much to do, really, they just leave it like it is. But I love exploring, so that's why I probably will be here at this planet for the next couple of play sessions. Anyway, let's see. Can I maybe shut down the power from here? No, okay, let's, that means I need to enter the pilot seat first. And then turn off the power. So I won't have any signal and nobody can trace me here. So power off.
Weapons deactivated.
And let's try to enjoy the view of the city at nighttime. Ooh, that didn't sound really nice. But all good. I mean, okay, let's try to hide the chat again for better immersion and overview. Wow, look at this, at the clouds and the stars, you know. I think that is, by the way, the R&R station, and it's already huge from here, from this view. So you're literally able to fly to there and, you know, land and, yeah, rest again. You know, it's just like a hotel. So that's pretty cool. But here, look at this. We have a nice view of the city, so let's be careful not to fall off. Look at this great view. New Babbage, we now have a great view of. Very nice. If you're afraid of heights, you don't want to do this, but wow. Very impressive, if I may say so. So, let's see. What can we do? We can spend the night here at this landing pad or go camping. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you had a little bit of an impression of this new Planet of Microtech and a little bit about the new things which happened to Star Citizen. Let's see if I'm able to get on this ledge here without falling off. And yeah, I mean, look how amazingly it looks, and with every patch they're, you know, getting further and further in the process. And like I said before, my predictions for this game, I think it will be released. There are a lot of people who are always saying Star Citizen will never be released, it's a scam, it's a scam. I think I do have some trust in the game now since patch 3.5. I think they're doing, you know, I think they're getting on track. I think they had a very, very rough start. But I think now with all the tools and all that stuff, I think the last step, the hardest step, might be the bug fixing. I mean, it's going to be pretty impossible to get this game bug free at release, but I think they can make a start already by doing that. And yeah, for the rest, I think Star Citizen might get a release date next year. They might announce at CitizenCon a release date for end of 2022 maybe. Who knows if they're able to create planets now a lot faster with Procedural Planets version 4 and star systems, of course. Then it will be all about filling the game with things to do, with quests, with NPCs. Of course, that will take a lot of time as well, but you know, I think probably not as much as designing the engine, designing the tools to create stuff. Once that's out of the way, I think they might, you know, what they might could do is release the game in 2022 in, you know, somewhat of an early access maybe, and then start expanding the game from there. I think that might also be a good idea, but, you know, who am I? I'm just a random guy. I'm pretty sure Chris Roberts and his team are having very thoughtful ideas of the process. But again, thank you very much. Let me know what you guys think of Star Citizen, the entire project. Let me know what you think of this video, of course. And join me on Discord if you want to discuss more things about Star Citizen or modding or video games in general. And hope to see you guys at one of my next videos. Take care and bye-bye.